Dave.
It's the dead of night in Wickliffe, Ohio. And for David Stanko, life has become unbearable. More than anything, he wants to die.
No, that's the only way out.
Officers have seen a large hunting knife, which he keeps behind his back.
Dave, who's the knife? I want to get you some help.
A former police officer, Stanko has now fallen on difficult times. Earlier today, he violated a restraining order when he tried to contact his ex-girlfriend, the mother of his little girl.
Dave, come on, pal.
Officers caught up with him here, where they found him looking at a photo of his daughter. Nearby on the ground, they picked up an unopened gift for the girl, a brand new Barbie doll.
I got the Barbie doll. I'm gonna save it over here, okay?
For officers, dealing with Stanko is a negotiator's nightmare. As a former police officer, he knows all the procedures and tricks to get a man like himself into custody. He knows the cops may try to incapacitate him by shooting him with non-lethal rounds of beanbags and balls made of blinding pepper spray. So he stays just out of range, while the negotiating officer tries to appeal to the cop in him.
Dave, we're all here. We're all on the same side, buddy.
But Stanko isn't persuaded, so they try appealing to the daddy in him. The negotiating officer knows that no father can resist sharing photos of his little girl.
Show me the picture, I'll put it in the Barbie doll, all right?
It works, and they begin to lure him over. Stanko makes a series of slow, tortured baby steps toward the officers. He appears weak-kneed, ready to pass out from the pressure.
Well, that's why I'm doing it, because I'm with you on this, all right? Now walk over here and look at the picture. Come on.
But he returns to his car, puts his jacket on, and then does something very ominous.
Dave.
As if to sever the last emotional bond between himself and his child, David Stanko starts to remove his little girl's car seat. As Stanko advances menacingly toward the officers, they try to disable him. But the beanbags and the pepper balls don't work. It's now a chase. Officers must stop him before he can reach a main road. At high speeds, and with his vision severely impaired from the pepper, Stanko is now a much greater threat than he ever was. To himself, to officers, and especially to innocent motorists. But how do you stop a man behind the wheel who's bent on killing himself? The officer moves in to perform the pit maneuver, which would force Stanko into a fishtail spin. But as an ex-cop, Stanko has had the same training. He knows that he can't let the pursuer get close enough to touch him. Again, he stays just out of reach. On the open road, Stanko pushes his Oldsmobile as hard as he can. He gets up to 110 miles an hour, easily outracing his pursuer, but a unit ahead is set at a spike strip. With a punctured tire, he skids wildly all over the road. When the officer catches up, he sees that Stanko has somehow managed to regain control. But the damage has been done. Within minutes, Stanko's right rear tire is smoking and the rim is sparking. Stanko careens onto the wrong side of the road. Officers know that his vehicle won't be able to last too much longer in this condition. They move up to head him off at the intersection, and Stanko desperately steers left, but it's no use. His car is completely disabled. And again, the officers have to be ready for anything. Stanko emerges from his car, and incredibly, the officers find themselves back at square one.
David, put it down!
In a standoff with a suicidal man.
Come on, David, you know better than this.
This time, Stanko is more determined than ever to succeed, but so are the officers. When he raises his knife to his head, the officers take careful aim and open fire on him again with non-lethal rounds.
Come on, David! That's okay, he's done.
This time, they won't let him escape. They quickly rush the car and forcibly extract him. The officers separate him from his weapon, and David Stanko is finally safe from himself. This ex-cop thought he had nothing left to live for.
No, that's the only way out.
But these officers knew that he did.
I got the Barbie dog.
Thanks to their willingness to do anything to save his life, David Stanko will finally get the help he needs.
Stand by.